Enhanced Interior Gateway Routing Protocol, implementing and verifying EIGRP. Configuration is same like RIP. One additional flexibility we have here is wildcard mask. In RIP, if we want to filter some subnets, you need to write some filter list using distribution list, which is a big headache. For example, when I have 10.1. I think I need to take some white page. Now on this router, I have a loopback or any physical router, it doesn't matter. I have like 10.1.00 subnet, 10.2.0.0, and on this physical wire, I got 10.3.0.0. And on here, 10.4.0.1. Like this, we have 10 subnets everywhere. We learned that version 2 RIP is classless. But if I want to run RIP only on this 2 network, it's not easy to do that. Because in RIP, you say router RIP 10.0.0.0. Even if you say 10. Network 10.3.0.0, network 10.2.0.0, RIP is not going to take it as 10.3 and 10.2. It will take it as 10.0.0.0. Even though version 2 is a classless protocol, RIP don't have that match criteria. RIP don't have wildcard mask option. So you cannot say match up to here, and if you find a match, run RIP. No option like that. I'm repeating, even if you say like this in RIP, it will take it as 10.0.0.0 only, which means RIP is going to run on all these 3 links. But my aim is not to run on this link. I don't want this link to run RIP. I do not want to advertise. I don't want to advertise 10.1. So what is the option in RIP? You need to write an access list or a prefix list, call it under the distribution list and deny. That's a hard way of doing. EIGRP is very flexible. We're going to say router EIGRP and a number. And this number is mandate, must. Autonomous system number. And we give that same number on every router, only then they form neighbor and distribute the routes. Let's say I give 10. This is a number which we decide. EIGRP is an IGP protocol, so you no need to request a service provider for an autonomous system number to use within organization. See, autonomous system number in BGP, we request our provider to provide an autonomous system number because BGP is an external gateway protocol, EGP, whereas EIGRP is an IGP protocol, a protocol that works within the organization. So you no need to rely on service provider for the autonomous system number. You can decide any number, and we need to put the same number on all the router if you want the routers to form a group. Routers to form neighbors and distribute routes. And now, if you don't mention wildcard mask after this network 10300, if you don't mention wildcard mask, it will take it as 10000. Though you have given 3 here, that won't be considered. If you want that 3 to be considered, then we have to put the wildcard mask and say, I want this first 2 octet to match on the interface subnet. Only if match is found, that interface should run EIGRP. Now, only this interface will run EIGRP when you complete the statement. Likewise, when I put this also now starts running EIGRP loopback 1. Loopback 0 will never, for this configuration, loopback 0 will never run EIGRP. You see, easily you are able to filter 10.1 from getting advertised. Wildcard mask is good. EIGRP has got wildcard mask. Wherever you have 0, those octets must match. And wherever you have 255, those octets can have any number. Even if it is 0, it is okay. That is why these 2 octets, never mind any number, doesn't matter. That is the meaning of this. And these 2 octets must match. Now, RIP does auto summarization, meaning even if it is version 2, you must type no auto summary, only then 10.1.00/16, 10.2.00/16 will be advertised. If you don't say no auto summary in RIP, this will be 8. This won't be there. It will be summarized like this. Rounding to the major network is what summarization, auto summarization by default, rounding to the major network. Now, when you say no auto summary, it will start advertising the exact prefix length. EIGRP also, even though I have say 10.3 and 10.2 here, by default it will advertise like this only. See, this configuration is telling run EIGRP on loopback 1 because 10.2 matches there. run EIGRP on 10.3. But you also need to remember auto summarization is effective. Auto summarization is on. As a result, these two networks are summarized to major network, not 16/8. Now, if this person wants to ping 10.1, he can ping, because this is a summary of not only 10.2 and 10.3, it is also of 10.1. So if you want this alpha deny pinging beta, if you don't want alpha to ping beta, then you need to say no auto summary. We have to say no auto summary. After saying no auto summary, this will give exact prefix length while advertising. So router 2 now don't have route to reach 10.1, 3, 10.2 and 10.3. So it has advertised very clearly that I have only 10.2 and 10.3. So router 2 can't reach 10.1. When you don't say no auto summary, alpha can ping beta. Did you understand this? All right. Let us now do a small. So with this two router, we are going to see the basic configuration and some Wireshark. Now, if you see on router 1, we have put these addresses on loopback 0, loopback 1, and F00. So when I type show IP interface brief, I can see those two loopbacks as well as the fast Ethernet with IP address. Similarly, on router 2, I'm going to paste this configuration. Loopback 0 will have this, loopback 1 will have this, F00 will have this. Now, before we start EIGRP configuration, let us try pinging the directly connected adjacent router. From router 2, let me ping 10.3.0.1. And if this pings, then we are ready to go. Okay. Now, let us use autonomous system 1000, number 1000 as our autonomous system number. So our autonomous system number is EIGRP 1000. Going to router 1. You see, the operating system that I'm running, yes. Hmm. 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 Okay. You see, only 16-bit is allocated for autonomous system number. 16-bit. In 16-bit, what you can get is 65536. So that's the biggest number you can give us the autonomous system number, 65536. You can use any number between 1 to 65536. But you don't need to memorize this. You see, when I type router EIGRP and question mark, it shows very clearly 1265535, not 3635. Right. So I'm going to give 1000, and the operating system I'm running is 15 plus. On operating system 15 plus, I have EIGRP newer version. Newer version of EIGRP will not summarize. That is very important thing we should know. Usually in CCNA they will say auto summarization, auto summarization, auto summarization. Auto summarization is not enabled in newer version of EIGRP. Yes, in older versions like 12.4, 12.7, 12.1 of operating system, we had EIGRP with auto summarization on. So we used to say no auto summarization every time when we configure EIGRP. Every time we used to say that no auto summary. That was unnecessary, additional, useless configuration we used to do. No auto summary, no auto summary. Because everywhere subnetted networks in today's world. So we would like to have a precise route. We don't want summarization. We used to cancel that auto summary by typing no auto summary every time. But now Cisco says you don't need to do that. We cancel it. If you want, you can enable it. If you want automatic summarization, you can enable it, but you no need to say no auto summary this time because it is not going to summarize. Where can I check it? You see, show IP protocol. You see, it is disabled, right? Show IP protocol command will show you all the routing protocols that you are running. You can see the EIGRP 1000 which we just enabled, and also you see router ID. Same like OSPF, the newer version of EIGRP will pick the big IP address from the loopback interface as router ID. See, in older versions, there was no router ID concept in EIGRP. Yeah, so these are all advancement happened. We'll talk about these advancements later. Now, I just want to mention this router ID and summarization. This is not there in the older version, only in your version. I also told you in the previous class, equal cost load balancing up to 4 paths it will use. Even if you have 10 paths, it won't use all 10, it will use only 4. Unequal cost load balancing is not enabled by default. You see, variance is 1. 1 means not enabled. Variance should be more than 1. We'll talk about unequal cost load balancing later. I also told you about the maximum. By default, it is 100, but you can go up to 500. The default is 255. 255. All right. Now, I am not advertised in a network. I'm going router BGIGRP 1000 now and say network You see, I'm going to say network 10.1.0.0. I forgot to mention the wildcard mask. You know what happens? It will take it as 10.0.0.0. Now, if you check show IP EIGRP interfaces, how many interfaces do you think it will be running EIGRP? No, three. Hmm? Three interfaces. When you don't mention wildcard mask, that's what I'm saying. When you don't mention the wildcard mask, it will take it as 10.0.0.0/8 and it will match, it matches on all these three interfaces. You see? You see? That's the problem. If you don't know how the wildcard masks work, then if you want to filter some network, it won't get filtered if you don't use it proper. Now, show IP protocol will also show you that it has taken as 10.0, not 10.1. Now let us go remove that. I remove this. All right, I remove this. And now I say network 10.1.00 0.0.255 is 255. Now how many interfaces will be running EIGRP? Only one. Let's verify that. Show IP EIGRP interfaces. You see, only loopback 0 is running. Okay, now router EIGRP 1000, network 10.2.00. If I don't want to run EIGRP on loopback 1 interface, then I no need to include it. Now only two interfaces runs EIGRP. Show IP EIGRP interfaces. You can see only two interfaces. So easily we have filtered 10.2 getting advertised. We have filtered 10.2 from getting advertised. Next. Let's go to router 2. And say router EIGRP 100. Network 10.0.0.0, which means I would like to run EIGRP on all interface that has got first update 10. But before I hit enter, I would like to start the Wireshark to show you right from the very first packet of EIGRP between these two routers. What you see here is router 1 is sending a hello packet. 10.3 is router 1's address, and it is a EIGRPC Cisco EIGRP hello packet. And the EIGRP version that we are using is version 2, which is the newer version. In the operating system, version 15 plus, EIGRP is version 2. Version 2 will not do automatic summarization. And the autonomous system number is 1000. Right? The software version of EIGRP is 11.0. Please understand there are two version numbers here. Software version is 11.0, which is a newer version. And EIGRP, simply, when we say EIGRP version, It is not software version, it is EIGRP second version, second type, the newer one. But internally, they have developed like 10 versions. And this is of 11th version. 11th version is the global version 2. Okay, what are the parameters that goes in Hello packet? You see, it sends the K value. K1 and K3 is uh, considered. Bandwidth and delay are considered. And then hold time is 15 seconds. That is also sent in this Hello packet. Okay. TLV means type length value, version 2. Release version is 11. Release version is what? Software version. Now, I'm not getting hello packets from the other router because I did not configure EIGRP. I didn't hit enter. So I'm seeing only from 10301, and you see the multicast address used. It is 224.00.10. Now I was telling you yesterday, EIGRP works in layer 3. And this EIGRP is IP version of EIGRP, which means there is a need for a number. There are many IP protocols. OSPF is also an IP protocol. ICMP is also an IP protocol. Then how do you differentiate OSPF from EIGRP? How do you differentiate EIGRP from OSPF? This is how it is. The number. It is IP88. EIGRP is IP88. OSPF is IP89. Right. Now let me hit enter here. You're seeing here dual algorithm, which is used by EIGRP, has found neighbor with 10301. I'm seeing this on router 2. New adjacency is found. What I want you to note, make a note here is the neighbor address is not the router ID of router 1. What is the router ID of router 1? The biggest IP address of the LUBAN, 10.2.0. See, if it is OSPF, neighbor is identified using router ID. In EIGRP, that is not the case. In EIGRP, the neighbor is identified by the address from where the hello packet is coming out. Hello packet is coming out from 10301. So that is neighbor address. Now, let us go back to the Wireshark. And I want to show you only EIGRP packet. Now, these were hello packets before we configured router. Okay, router 2 starts from here. This is EIGRP packet. And what EIGRP packet it is? Hello packet. Now let us go down again. I want to see this EIGRP. This is a unicast packet. This is an update. I told you yesterday. Updates are sent using unicast address. Only to the neighbor it will send an update. It won't send update to someone. Hellos are sent to someone so that neighbors can discover. But updates are, you see, sent as an unicast. Again, from 10.3.02, I'm getting another update. Okay, let us see what is there inside the update. For security reason, The Wireshark is not showing the payload. Whatever it advertises, it's not showing. If it shows, then any attacker also can use the Wireshark to see what networks they share. Yeah? It's good. It's not showing. Now, I have a question. On router 1, we did not enable EIGRP on loopback 0. Will I be able to ping from router 2 now? Very correct. You see 10.1.0.1. I will wait a minute. Show IP route EIGRP. What? That's the only one I have advertised. Let me check. Show IP OSPF, sir, show IP EIGRP interfaces. Okay, I have advertised only 10.1. So will I be able to ping 10.2? No, I will not be able to ping 10.2. The reason is auto summarization is disabled. If I enable auto summarization, I can ping this. Let me show you. On router 1, I'm going to enable auto summarization. Router EIGRP 1000 auto summary. See, this is how we enable auto summarization. Now let us go and check show IP protocol. You can see auto summarization is enabled, which means it is going to summarize and send as 10.0.0.0. Now if you ping, the ping will happen. Why? I have to summarize why it is not summarizing. I'm shutting down this EIGRP. See, this option is not available in older version. I'm shutting down EIGRP. And now I'm going to bring it up again. Before that, let me go check the routing table. Okay, this termination update, let's see how it looks in. Okay. So show route, no route. Let me unshut. Okay, new adjacency formed. It's getting 10.1 only. Then I cannot ping. If it shows 10.1. If it says 10.0 summarized one, then I can ping. See, this confusion was there in the older version. In the older version, by default, they will summarize. So what I will get is 10.0 I will get. As a result, I will be able to ping all the networks of router 1. It has been rectified. It is good that I am not able to ping. Even though I said no auto summary, I'm still not, even though I said auto summary, I'm not able to ping. It is good. Let me try one more time on router 2 and see whether still that problem is there. 1000 autos. Both the side I enabled. Let's see now. Show I put out. Okay, even now it is very clearly saying Only 10.1 is advertised on the other side. You see, because we have said no auto summary, it is, sorry, because we said, what did I say? Auto summary or no auto summary? I'm confused. Okay, I said auto summary. What does this say? Do advertise. It is advertising. Surprise. But it is good that it is advertising clear out. Maybe in a discontinuous network, I can catch, I can see what I want to show you. This is not a discontinuous. In the middle, if you have instead of 10.3, if you have 192, let me do that. I'm going to make it as discontinuous. Then I can show you what I'm trying. Interface F00 shut down for a while, and then cancel the debugs. On interface F00, I'm going to change the IP address as 100.3.0.2. Router EIGRP 1000, network 100, and also on router 1, okay. On router 2, I'm going to say no shutdown. Okay, let me see. On both sides, I have enabled auto summary, show IP route. This is it. You see, now I can ping anyone behind R1, starting with 10. You see, I'm able to ping 10.2.0.1. Why? Why I'm not able to ping? 10 is pointing towards null 0, which means advertisement has not come. Good. This is another story to tell. Show IP protocol. See, I'm running EIGRP on all these three, but auto summarization, because I have enabled, it is going to advertise this on F00, not 10.3 and 10.1. Same way, router 2 is also advertising 10.0.0.0. So they don't learn, they update each other. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel the auto summarization only on router 2. Router EIGRP 1000, no auto summary. Now let us check. Show IP route EIGRP. I am having a very clear picture saying anything starting with 10 other than what I am directly connected need to go here. This time I'm expecting this ping. Look at this. This is what I was trying from a long time. Because of different version, I was not able to show. Now you are, see, though we have not advertised 10.2, I'm able to ping. I'm able to ping both, but R1 don't advertise it. R1 is advertising only 10.3 and 10.2. I'm still able to ping 10.1. It is because of the summarization. So this is the reason why we always say no auto summary in the older version. To avoid this confusion, we used to say no auto summary. After we say no auto summary, then router 2 cannot ping 10.2. It cannot ping now. Only 10.1 it will ping. So Cisco said, okay, why you always type no auto summary? Let me cancel it. So they have cancelled it, and auto summarization is disabled for that reason. Okay, so we have seen basic configuration of EIGRP. We saw update packet, we saw hello packets. Query and reply packets won't come in this topology. It's a different scenario. We will see those things in advanced EIGRP. Now let's go back to the presentation. So whatever we have configured on the command line, we are going to see this presentation. We type router EIGRP autonomous system number. Whether you like it or not, we have to put some number. Only then EIGRP can be enabled. That is the syntax. You have to. Now, the autonomous system number, as I said, it is your wish. You can use any number. If you already have EIGRP in your organization, just follow the number which they already have. Only then your router and the routers which is currently running can communicate. Again, the network command is same like RIP, but additionally you got wildcard mask through which you can easily filter some networks that you do not want to advertise. Wherever you put 0, which means match exactly, wherever you put 255, it means don't care. Now the metrics of EIGRP, we learned in the previous class that it is slowest link bandwidth plus sum of delay. Now, these two things are constant values. On fast Ethernet, the default bandwidth is 100 meg. But if you want to reduce, if you want to tell EIGRP, I got only 50 meg, you can use this command and tell. But in kilobits, you need to say, not 50, you need to say 5000 kilobits, which is 50 meg. Bandwidth can be configured under the interface so that EIGRP will use the bandwidth value that you prescribe. Likewise, delay also can be configured, same like bandwidth. Instead of bandwidth, you put delay and you put in milliseconds. This is one silly slide. You know this already. What does it say? On router A, we should not advertise 192.168.1 because router A is not having 192.168.1 connected. The network that is connected on B should be advertised on B, not on A. We did a lab similar to this. We used network command, wildcard mask, autonomous system number, blah, blah. So what do you understand from this picture? On serial 0, network is 172.16.5 in the third octet, which is not advertised As a result, EIGRP will not be running on serial 0. No association happens between router C and external network. No EIGRP neighborship. So external network cannot become part of EIGRP 100 because S0 is not running EIGRP. This is easy to achieve in EIGRP, but in RIP, we have to write some filter list. You have wildcard mask in EIGRP that makes this easier. You understood that part? Because it is EIGRP, we are able to achieve this. Here, EIGRP is not running because we have wildcard mask to say only if 4 and 3 matches, you run EIGRP. So EIGRP is not running here. If it is RIP, it would have been a difficult task to achieve this. RIP will run even here. Then you need to write a filter list to block. Because in RIP, we don't have wildcard mask. Is that clear, that point? Now, this is something called default network command. What it is? You see, you have a very big autonomous system, let's say. Here they have written only 2 routers. Or you may have many routers, like 200 routers. And this is your ISP. And this is the ISP's network. ISP's network is our default network. What is default network? Any unknown destination you want to reach, you will forward the packet to the network. Such networks are default networks. Shall I repeat? Any unknown destination, meaning what? If you don't have route to reach some destination, where will you forward it? To the ISP. Yes? Correct, no? ISP is the source. Only to ISP you will forward. Yes or no? Now that network, ISP's network, is what we call it as default network, meaning that's the default. Anything I don't know, I need to go there. Now this information that I'm configuring here, I can propagate it, I can advertise it, I can distribute it using EIGRP to the internal routers. You see, internal routers gets D star. What is star means? Default. Now EIGRP, yeah, EIGRP has advertised a default route. We did not statically write it. Now, when we do this, you will understand better. All right, and now some verification command show IP EIGRP neighbor will show you the neighbor. Here in the hierarchy, this is the 0th neighbor, very first neighbor. And the timers are here, the whole timer. It's 15 seconds actually, it is already 5 seconds. It's a countdown timer. We'll do the lab again in no time and we'll see these commands very clearly in our next class. When you want to see only the EIGRP learned route, you type show IP route EIGRP. And if you want to see all the routes, including the connected, you type show IP route. Show IP protocol I was repeatedly using in today's lab. That shows what all routing protocols running. And you see, this is the version 1 EIGRP. Version 1 EIGRP don't have router ID. Do you see router ID here? No. And also in version 1, auto summarization is on. It is on, enabled. So there is omitted here, but it should be here. This also I showed you show EIGRP interface command. Topology we did not see because we did not have a big topology, we just had 2 routers, so I did not take you to this topology. In coming class we will have bigger topology with a lot of paths where we will learn unequal cost turbulency by using this topology command. You can also type this command interesting command show EIGRP traffic. It will show you how many hello packets. You remember we learned 5 different type of packets. Hello packet, how many sent and how many received. Update packet, how many sent and received. Query packet, reply packet, acknowledgement. Stuck in active will learn later, comes later. Right. So this chapter was a good introduction to configuring EIGRP. Any question?